Hey there, I'm Max Elmore. I'm the producer, designer, and studio lead.
Hi, I'm Del. I'm the artist.
And I'm Jake, programmer and designer. And together we are
Solar Flare London.
And we all live together.
What about Spike?
Well, Spike used to live with us, but now...
But now he does not.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Now he's on his way home to look after his dogs.
We all first met very early on in university.
Before we became a team, we were friends. Max lived across the hall from me, and pretty much instantly I would go over to hang out, parties.
I think I can remember the times that I met everyone individually, whether it be failing to open the campus door when I first met Jake, Spike just bumping into him in the games lab.
Then I also met Spike very similarly on the course. He realised I was a very anxious person. I didn't really like going to the kitchen much and cooking, so he would cook for me a lot. So I owe him a lot of my survival in first year.
We always looked at the more fun side of things, the more fun side of life, and the more fun side of games. And I think that's kind of what drew us together.
Moving on from becoming friends, we realised we actually work really well together.
Me and Max started working together a lot in third year.
Me and Max worked on the summer internship.
I worked as the producer, Del worked as the artist, and that's where we could really find our role and work together, and I felt working with Del worked really well.
Me and Spike were always doing classwork together, and Jake, we worked on a few team projects together. One time we did a game jam together. It was very stressful, but he kept everything lighthearted and fun.
Living together is something, I suppose, it's a little bit unusual for an indie team.
It was a cheap way for us to have an office space that we could work in. And because some of us had lived together before, it was all right, it was survivable. So we thought, yeah, we can make this work.
But I think it does work for us. I think we get on so well. And I think in some ways it helps us stay committed to the studio and the projects.
I've always valued that face-to-face human interaction, and it's that we can easily do that.
We do manage to keep a good work-life balance.
We do generally try to stick to the 10 till 6 work hours.
In the evenings, early in the mornings, we're aware that we're just having a chat, we're friends.
And that's just how we keep sane.
We love playing games together. Love sitting on the sofas playing WarioWare.
Max and I, we love to go out, get dinner, have a drink. Jake and I, we love watching Netflix shows together.
It doesn't always work working with friends or people that you're close to, but in our situation it definitely does, and it's definitely a benefit.
In terms of roles, obviously I'm the artist. I make everything look good.
Chip out a beautiful ice sculpture.
Max is obviously the studio lead, producer, designer, kind of handles all the biz dev side of things.
Ideally what I want to have is them to be in a position where they can really focus on their passion and kind of cut away a lot of the other stuff.
I collaborate with Jake in his programming because we both have to make sure everything works together in unity, the assets I give him.
Spike does all the audio and music, so if our games need a banging soundtrack, he's there. Handles the sound effects as well.
So Fool's Gold is a chaotic couch co-op tomb raiding game where two players go into a tomb or a temple,
solve puzzles, fight monsters, and collect treasure.
And make it back to their escape vehicle before time runs out.
Fool's Gold started as my university dissertation project. We had to design a game that was fit for a commercial release, so I decided to go with Fool's Gold. It was really inspired by Overcooked. So that really inspired me to make Fool's Gold, and I really wanted to capture that same kind of spirit of getting players to communicate and cooperate together, and just having that really fast-paced, streamlined experience.
Yeah, and here we have a little look at the puzzle. So there's a bunch of number tiles here, and players have to work together to jump on the tiles which correspond to 4, which light up all the lights on either side of the tiles. So a light little puzzle for players to engage with, and they get to the cursed treasure at the end. And here comes the cursed case. You just gave it a whack there. Slow it down. But yeah, this is the ghost. Once you pick up the cursed treasure, it's actually invincible. Like you can't you can't kill it by any normal means, so you kind of have to just run away from it. Like if it touches you once, then you're instantly killed. So there is like, it does really add like a big sense of tension and like, oh god, it's like coming close to me, and like players have really responded well to it when we've taken the game to shows. And, it really adds to the franticness of the game which we're going for.
Yeah, it's a frantic dash back to the escape vehicle, because by banking the treasure, then that's the only way to really get rid of the ghost. But effectively, in some ways, it is the effectively like the main part of the level itself is the main treasure that the players will get.
Yeah, it's the main goal kind of thing. Like, in Indiana Jones movies or whatever, there's always like the big treasure, the one that everyone's going for. In Fool's Gold, that's kind of what our treasure is. Like each level has the cursed treasure that, all the other adventurers have been going for, and couldn't quite get it. But the adventurers that we're playing as here are the ones who have made it through the tomb and they've captured it, and now they've got to do that frantic scramble back to the escape vehicle, using the pulleys here to get the treasure out. But the ghost is coming. And the ghost can go through walls because it's a ghost. We'll just give it a whack. Slow it down.
Picking up the strayed chest there.
Why not, right?
Just try and get as much as possible.
There you go, let's go.
Now it's the final sort of walk back to the escape vehicle, bank the treasure, and there we go, and defeating the ghost.
So where we're at right now with Fool's Gold, we had a few months development time on it when it was my university project. And since bringing it to the studio, we've developed it for a few more months.
Okay, so jumping into the second prototype here. This is effectively what we developed on top of prototype 1, wanting to create something that's less expansive, just to really get across a lot of the new camera system.
So we really wanted to try designing a level where the rooms were a bit more constrained, so players, they can't get too far away from each other and potentially break the camera.
But at the same time, we want to essentially create rooms to minimize a lot of the travel and the backtracking of having these rooms which have a lot of focus to them. So for instance, if it's digging, grabbing loads of treasure, fighting enemies, that sort of thing. So we have a little co-op interaction here where one player stands on a plate, the other one raises them up using a switch, and then that then allows them to go across.
We have watched it, however.
It's still really early prototype at this stage, so we would really like to refine it more and get it to a place where the level that we demonstrate is really representative of how we want the final game to be. So we need to get a few more mechanics in there. We need to get the final art style that we really want in there.
We are a work-for-hire focused studio at the moment. We've realised that being a new team, that we don't have that past experience of we worked at a certain company or just general industry experience. So for us, it made complete sense that we needed to go down this route where we can build as much experience with clients as possible, get just various skills under our belt, and then as we go, we can chip away at Fool's Gold, and then hopefully when the time comes that we can secure a publishing deal with it and work on that and make it our first big commercial project.
That's always kind of been the goal of ours, to just work on our own stuff. I think that's the goal of any indie developer. They just want to work on their own dream games,
So that's it. We really hope you enjoyed this look at Fool's Gold and meeting the team. We really do wish we could have been there in person.
We're all really super excited about Fool's Gold, and we can't wait to show you more in the future.
And if you're interested in anything you've just seen, our contact details are on the screen, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Bye.